Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new Low Fuel Motorsport season in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'm back in the Coach Dave GT3 Sprint, I'm back in the Ferrari 296, and I'm back in the middle of the pack. I was pretty happy with my qualifying time of 1:28.4, but it's only good enough for P13 on a grid of 20. That said, I am within 1 second of pole position, so we should be in for a fiercely competitive opener here at Donington Park. Let's get it on! Well, I didn't time my start particularly well there. I let a bit of a gap open up to the driver in front, Aaron Rains. That shouldn't be a problem though, because we'll bunch back together coming into T1. Spinner in front, that's the number 19 McLaren of Rafael Gregorio. He is gone. We had to take a void in action there to get around him, which is going to cost us all our momentum down through the Craner curves for the first time. It means I'm stuck out on a wider line than I would have liked, and that's going to severely compromise my entry into the old hairpin there. We took a couple of traffic bollards with us as we got through there, but we've lost not one, not two, but 3 positions. So yeah, I was really unfortunate coming out of T1 there. I had no choice but to lift just as everybody else was getting on the gas, and as a result we were overtaken by Juan Carlos Paya, Johnny Big Spoon and Marvin Meyer. We'll at least get one of those places back. You probably saw the dust cloud to the right as we approached Coppice there. That was Artemis Sakadolski. He started third on the grid, so that is one of the pre-race favourites who's gone right to the back of the pack. Hard onto the brakes, into the Fogarty S's for the first time. We close right in on the rear of Marvin Meyer there, but we do just take it a little bit cautiously. The last thing we want to do is rear-end someone on this opening lap. Into the Melbourne Loop then for the first time. There's a bit of a gap on the inside of Big Spoon. Can we dive up the inside? It's going to be a drag race up the hill to the final turn. It looks like that McLaren has a bit of extra speed. Not to mention the inside line for the last corner, so we've got no way through around here. We've got to tuck back in behind Big Spoon. We'll stay in 15th position, so we've dropped 2 places on this opening lap, but we're still in it. That's the main thing. There's a Lamborghini right behind us. That's Giovanni Santo, but after him it looks like there's a bit of a gap opened up. So what can we do about this McLaren in front? He's out onto the grass coming out of Redgate there. That's going to cost him some speed down through the Craner curves, but there's just no way through. We've got to stay behind and wait for a chance to pounce. If we can get a good run through the old hairpin, we may be able to challenge. And we will challenge, but we're going to have to be brave and try and hang it around the outside as we go under the ghost of the old Starkey's Bridge. But I did end up backing out of that. I was in danger of being pushed out onto the grass. Right, let's check out the replay and see what happened on that opening lap. Keep your eye on the green and black McLaren on the inside. That's Rafael Gregorio. He was the driver who span exited T1. It looks like he just clipped the car in front, which washed his front end out. I was forced into a lift and a swerve to get around him safely, and that cost me 3 positions. Juan Carlos Paya got through, then Johnny Big Spoon hangs it around the outside through the old hairpin. He's followed by Marvin Meyer, so I'm 3 places down because of that first corner incident. But on the approach to McLean's, I was able to get 1 back. We're watching the driver in 3rd position, Artemis Sakadolski. He just clips the curb on the inside. It unsettles his car. He tries to save it, but he's out onto the grass. And then just when he thinks he's got back onto the track, the car says no way. He's back out onto the grass again and drops right to the back of the pack. Rejoining the live action halfway through lap 3, and there's a bit of a gap that's opened up to the driver in 16th, Sakadolski. He's nearly 2 seconds behind, so for now I can concentrate on trying to reel in the pack of cars in front. Now I'm going to switch the TV cam on because these guys are battling ferociously ahead of me. It's a 3-way battle for 11th position. We're watching Marvin Meyer get a much better run through the foggy S's. He's going to pull alongside both Paya and Paul Ronachai. They're 3 wide into the Melbourne Loop, but Marvin Meyer is running too hot. There's contact with Ronachai. Meyer's able to rejoin, but not before he's passed by Johnny Big Spoon. So it is all kicking off here at the end of lap 3 at Donington Park. Paya up to 11th, Ronachai 12th, Big Spoon 13th, Meyer 14th. We're still in 15th. So we're just 3 laps into the new Low Fuel Motorsport season, and it's already clear just how high the standard of competition is going to be in this GT3 Sprint series. I mean, my pace is pretty decent, but we are nowhere near the top 10 in this ultra competitive field. here at Donington Park. If we are going to get closer to the top 10, boy, are we going to have to work for it. At the moment, I can't see a way through. Marvin Meyer in front, never mind the cars ahead of him. And to throw another spanner into the works, look in the rearview mirror. Sukadolski is closing in. I thought that he probably would. After all, he was third on the grid. His qualifying time was nearly a second faster than ours, so he's definitely got extra pace. He'll be joining in this tussle soon. What a mistake from Big Spoon ahead. That McLaren just getting a little bit squirrely through Coppice. That has allowed Meyer to make a move and gain a position. Now we're all over the rear of that McLaren. Can we make a move? Oh, this is going to be brave if we pull this one off at the inside into the S's. I think better of it. I back out of it, and that is going to cost us a bit of time, actually. If we were worried about Sukadolski closing in before, we're going to have to be really concerned now, because that is giving him a golden opportunity. Okay, we're going to jump forward a lap, halfway through lap 5 now. Sukadolski just 0.4 of a second behind. Meanwhile, I'm going to learn from the last lap. I'm not going to have a look into the S's. I'm going to try and use my speed coming out of them to challenge Big Spoon. We're going to pull alongside. Can we get the job done? Can we tuck it up the inside into the Melbourne hairpin? We never really got our Ferrari alongside that McLaren. However, Big Spoon is leaving a space on the inside. We try and get on the gas coming out, but once again, the McLaren's just got that extra spurt to get away quicker and hold on to the position. Oh, look! Sukadolski came steaming in the rearview mirror. He almost collected us. Thankfully, he didn't. Okay, we're going to jump forward to lap 7 now. It's pretty much as you were. Big Spoon in 14th, we're in 15th. Sukadolski 0.7 of a second behind in 16th. Now that McLaren in front is just starting to eke out a little bit of a gap. However, he's going to make a big mistake coming into the S's. He's out of the gravel. This is our opportunity. We can't let it slip. This time we dive up the inside and we're going to make the pass stick even before we get to the apex of the Melbourne loop. Big Spoon's going to try exactly what he did before and carry extra speed around the outside, but this time we're wise to it and we get the job done. Let's check out a replay of the pass. I get the perfect line through the foggy S's there. And it's a textbook pass to put us up to 14th. Well, if you thought this race was close so far, you ain't seen nothing yet. It is going to explode into life at the start of lap 9, and it's all down to me making this mistake into Redgate. I just carry a bit too much speed, and I get a slide on. It runs me out wide. It costs me exit speed, which invites Big Spoon to challenge coming through the crater curves. At this point, I think I've done just about enough to hold that McLaren off, but look at Big Spoon. He is going to make a move up the inside into the whole hairpin. There's contact with banging doors. I just about managed to keep it on track. I'm trying to stay side by side with Big Spoon. But Rafael Gregorio has joined in. We're going to be 3 wide coming into McLean, so I've got to try and hang it out a bit wider than I would have liked. There's more contact. It is a door-bashing duel at Donington Park. I'm finally going to have to concede defeat and surrender the position to Big Spoon. There's more contact, this time from Gregorio behind. Oh, this is tremendous stuff. I don't know how we all got through there unscathed. I was too wide with Big Spoon pretty much from the old hairpin right the way through to Coppice Corner. In the end, we had to give it up. So we're down to 15th, but there's still 10 minutes of this race left. Plenty of time to mount a challenge and get this 14th position back. We might get it now because there's a gap up the inside exit in the Melbourne hairpin. But now we've just not got the pace out of the corner. Normally I drop my TC down to 6 through that section, but in all the excitement I forgot to, so we're still running TC8. However, we are going to pick up a position as we cross the line because Juan Carlos Mayo was entering pit lane there to serve a drive-through penalty. But while we take a breather from the live action, let's check out this fantastic battle once more. Big Spoon spots the gap up the inside into the old hairpin. He bravely goes for it. There's a bit of contact. It pushes me out a little bit wide, but I managed to stay on track. At this point, we're almost 4 wide. Rafael Gregorio getting involved. Artemis Sukadolski getting involved. Watch for the second contact exit in McLean's. There it is. I'm trying to hold my line on the outside, but in the end I had to concede defeat into Coppice, which is where Gregorio gives me a tap from behind as well. Another nudge. Amazingly, I get through in one piece. Right, back to the live action. We're coming down the crater curves for the 10th time. We've still got 11 minutes of this race left, so who knows what is going to happen. We're all over the rear end of Big Spoon's McLaren. Meanwhile, we're going to switch the TV cam back on because behind us there is an equally ferocious battle between Gregario and Sakadolski. Sakadolski currently in 15th position, Gregario just 0.4 of a second behind in 16th. Meanwhile, we're just coming through Coppice Corner. I'm all over the rear of Big Spoon. I've got extra pace coming out of the corner. Will I mount to challenge into the S's? I'm not quite brave enough for that. Gregario is though. Look at the TV cam. He's going to try and run it around the outside of Sakadolski through the S's. Sakadolski holds onto it. That was really close. Well, this battle behind is playing right into my hands. They're more than 1 second back now. Gregario's going to try and move up the inside into the loop. There's contact. Sakadolski is spun out. So that is certainly going to ease the pressure on us. We've now got a 2-second advantage over Gregario. We can concentrate on Big Spoon. So we're going to fast forward now to lap 12. We've got 8 minutes of the race left. Big Spoon just trying to open up a little bit of a gap, but we get a yellow flag. Have we lost someone ahead? Yes, we have. Look to the left. There's a car on the grass. That's Aaron Rains. So that promotes us up into 13th position. Let's check out the replay to see what happened to Rains. He just clips the green AstroTurf, exiting the old hairpin, loses the rear, and he can't save it. So this spin promotes us up to 13. Can it get any better? We're returning to the live action with 6 minutes of the race left. We're on lap 13, approaching the Fogarty S's. We're right on the tail of Big Spoon still, and we're closing in fast on the driver ahead of him, Mark Henn. Now I wonder if he's running with damage because we've closed on him so rapidly. Big Spoon trying to move up the inside. Oh, Henn is really slow into the hairpin. We had to take avoiding action there, and we would have run into the back of him. So we're going to jump forward a lap 15 now, and I'm really struggling to cope with Henn's unpredictable speed. He must be running with damage because it's so difficult to know what he's going to do or when he's going to do it. As we follow him through Craner curves, he's just going to get onto the grass and he hits the brake hard, and we run into him hard. Finally, it was always going to happen. I was always going to run into him. Thankfully, he didn't crash out. But yeah, it was all on me this one. As the driver behind, it's my responsibility to be safe, and I did give him a proper nudge there. Had he crashed out, I would have waited for him to rejoin. But yeah, this is proving really tricky now. Henn is so unpredictable into corners. I just don't trust myself to get too close. Into the S's, I get close again, and it's going to unsettle me. I just clipped the curb on the inside, the rear steps out, and now all of a sudden we're going to lose positions. Giovanni Santo in the Lamborghini has reeled me in. He's taken full advantage of me getting held up behind Hans. We're going to fast forward again. There's only a couple of laps left of the race now, and I'm beginning to lose a bit of pace. I'm struggling with the tyres, in particular the front and rear rights. They're losing pressure, but it's not going to stop us mounting a challenge to try and snatch that 13th position back. We're going to have a look up the inside into the Melbourne hairpin. Can we get the job done on Santo? We're still on the inside. We've got a nose ahead, but we're just not quite quick enough once again out of the hairpin. Santos is going to have the inside line for the final turn. There's nothing we can do here. Oh, he runs in really hot. Can we switch back and tuck it down the inside as we begin the charge down the start and finish straight? Again, we've just not got the pace. Well, we're starting lap 17 now. I think we might get one more after this one. Hard onto the brakes into Redgate. Oh, a mistake there. I shifted down into first. That could prove incredibly costly. As we approach the S's on lap 17, we get the confirmation that the leader is just starting his final lap, so we will get one more lap here. Can we do anything about getting past Santo? Well, we're going to get past Henn because look at the relative board. Bottom left, he has been handed a drive-through penalty. He's also missed the apex. So Santo is able to get by. We're able to get by too. So that's promoted us up into 13th place with just 0.5 of a second behind Santo's Lamborghini. Santo once again, he's wide through that final turn, but we're going to get one more lap here at Donington Park. We're going to get one more position as well. Meyer is taking a drive-through penalty. Is he going to come out before us? No, he's not. We're up to 12th. Oh, and look at Santo. He's slowed right down. His hazard lights are on. Does he think this race is over? I think he does. We're able to nick by. Now we're up to 11th. We did have to get right off the gas to avoid running into the back of Santo. It's cost us a lot of time, and it has invited Aaron Rains to challenge behind. Look at Rains in the rearview mirror. He is putting us under all sorts of pressure. We've got one lap to go. Can we hold on to this 11th position? Well, whatever happens, it has been a dramatic season opener here at Donington Park. Fantastic racing to get this Coach Dave GT3 Sprint Series underway. Through Coppice Corner for the final time, we might just be starting to gap reins a little bit. 0.3 of a second is the advantage now. My front and rear rights are still losing pressure. The car is becoming more and more difficult to control. Hard onto the brakes, into the S's for the final time, and the car says no. I'm pushing as hard as I possibly can, and I think I might have pushed a little bit too hard. We have surrendered 11th position to Aaron Reigns with just a couple of corners left. Is there anything we can do about it now? I doubt it very much. So barring a catastrophic mistake from Reigns in the final corner, we're going to have to settle for 12th position here. But you know what? I'll take that for the first race of the season. It's such a competitive field here at Donington Park. And we're going to take our first checker flag of the season in 12th position. Well, if the rest of the races in this championship are like this, we are in for a treat. Let's go back and check out a replay to see what happened over the final couple of laps. Starting with Han getting it all wrong through the Melbourne loop. It didn't matter though, he had to serve a drive-through penalty anyway. Then at the start of the last lap, Santo just gets on the brakes here. Either he thinks the race is over or he's run out of fuel, one of the two. Either way, I had to get on the brakes hard to avoid running into the back of him, and that put me under all sorts of unwanted pressure from Aaron Reigns, and I finally buckled through the S's. So a simply sensational season opener at Donington Park. Here are the classified results, and although we're down in 12th position, I'm really happy with the way I drove here. I was really competitive, and my fastest lap in the race, a 1:28.1, was quicker than I managed in qualifying, and from the looks of the leaderboard, it's probably quick enough to have challenged for a top 5. Well, boy, is it good to be back in Low Fuel Motorsport. This race was exactly what I needed after my iRacing disappointment last week. If you've not seen that video, check it out on screen now. It is a horror show. Thank you ever so much for watching.